Hello, everyone. Let me pin the speaker here. Hi. We are getting started because this is a big deal. Welcome and thank you for being here tonight. This was such a big deal that none of us diamonds wanted to do it alone. So we know the effort and the momentum that comes from a team and comes from a group. And that's what this cruise is about. You developing new leaders, more leaders, you all working together. So there is a bunch of us that are going to chat. So I'm going to start us off real quick, but I popped a couple of thoughts in the chat box here for just a second, because we're going to start at this very foundational level. This is, well, nope, we're starting with the blessing. We're saying the blessing real quick. The blessing that we have been praying and believing and saying for every single day in the month of April. I'm going to say it. I'm going to encourage you guys to say it with us. We're starting that way. May God be gracious to us and bless us so that your ways may be known on earth, your salvation among all the nations. May all the peoples praise you, O God. O Lord our God, let your favor rest upon us. Come work with us, and then our works will endure. You will give us success in all we do. This is straight from scripture, Psalms 63 and Psalms 90. So we just wanted to pray a blessing over you and wanted to, I just wanted to invite you to a couple of thoughts I've been practicing about it. This is a luxury trip, by the way. Okay. So this isn't meant for everybody to earn. Okay. This is meant for you to earn. So let's get our thoughts really, really honed in, really focused in on a couple of things that are going to help you earn this trip. I put them in the comments. Here's a couple of my favorites that I'm thinking of. I am capable of earning this cruise to show to show others what's possible for them. Okay. I don't know where you are in your business yet. I don't know if you have people on your team yet, but what my story is, I went first. I started this business. I went to Earning Leaders Retreat. When I reached out to my closest friends, they told me no. So me going first, me still posting, still sharing testimonies, still earning an income, still putting myself out there when my closest friends told me no, that paved the way for 4 of those 5 to be with me at Leaders Retreat the following year. Okay, so this is a big deal. You are showing not only yourself what's possible, but you are showing other people what's possible. Another one of my favorite thoughts is, I truly believe, because this contest is different than every year in the past. You only earn points on levels 1s and levels 2, and then retention. Rank up's retention, but just level 1 and 2. Usually it's been lots of different ranks. It may have been easier for higher ranks to earn. This is a level playing field for everybody. And one of my favorite thoughts is, this is the best decision Plexus has ever made for the future of this company. I believe the way this contest is structured is one of the best decisions Plexus has ever made for the future of this company, because this is bringing so many new people into the blessing of Plexus. And that thought, that excites me when I'm thinking this is one of the best decisions Plexus has ever done to do the contest in this format. And this is going to bring so many new people into the blessing of Plexus. A couple of other thoughts I'm practicing is, I am developing 5 new gold legs. That's a thought that I am practicing. So that in that thought, because you want to develop new profit centers, you want to help other people rise up in this business. You want to be thinking of, who can I sign up? Who can I help get to gold? Okay, let's get to silver and to gold. Let's get the basics. Brilliant at the basics. So if I'm always thinking of who are my next 5 separate gold legs, then another thought I'm thinking is, they could be my next gold. So when I'm about to talk to somebody, when I'm about to reach out to somebody for the first time, when I'm about to post, I am thinking, this could attract, this could bring in, this could recruit, this could help my next gold get started. Do you see the difference? Like when I'm thinking these thoughts, I'm feeling in my body, this is fun. This is light. This is easier than I thought. One of my most favorite thoughts to practice is, what if this were easier than I thought? What if earning the cruise were easier than you thought? So we're going to break down some points for you a little bit later, but there's lots of different ways that this can be earned. But I want you to know this is a luxury trip. So I'm really going to challenge you, like the iPad, but more than the iPad, okay, to at least add 6 new level 1s every month, and then help them go silver, help them go silver, help them go silver. Have that conversation about the business fall back on the products. Offer them to get their products paid for at least 3 times before their first subscription comes out. Okay, be having that conversation. But so let me tell you those thoughts again, and I'll type them out when the next person is talking, and I'll come back a little bit later. We got lots more to talk about, but I want you to understand your thoughts affect everything. And so if you currently are feeling maybe not these amazing thoughts that I just practiced, I really want to invite you to write them down. If you're thinking, oh, this may be harder than I thought, write it down. Be honest with that. Like, see what that's creating for you. Get the junk out, let it clear. Don't pretend like it's not there. Get it out there. Feel what those would feel like. And then practice some of my thoughts, and I'll type them all out for you again. But I'm going to tell you one more time before we move on to, I think Sally's next. I am capable of earning this cruise to show others what's possible for them. What if this were easier than I thought? I'm developing 5 new gold legs. This is the best decision Plexus has ever made for the future of this company. This is bringing in so many new people into the blessing of Plexus. They could be my next gold. Okay, who's next? I'll be back in a little bit.
All right, we're next.
What's up, guys? This is awesome. So I want to talk to you a little bit about Leaders Retreat. First off, this Leaders Retreat, I agree with Jessica. This is an awesome Leaders Retreat. This is a luxury trip. It's not just a luxury trip. You can earn cash prizes on top of a luxury trip. You can earn cabin upgrades on top of and on top of that, there's a shopping spree you can earn on this thing.
Those are fun.
Like, guys, seriously. So if you're going to set a goal, my opinion is set it big.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just going to slide in, I'm going to catch the boat. Like, set your goal big. If you fall short, you're still on the boat. So might as well set it big. As far as Leaders Retreat goes, I just want to share this real fast, and I got to pop out of here. Leaders Retreat is my favorite event. It's always been my favorite corporate event. It just has a different feel than convention. It has a different feel than the Hawaii trip. Leaders Retreat is exciting. It's just an exciting, fun, earned trip. And so earn it. It's a blast. This, my first Leaders Retreat, I'll just share this real quick, was 2015. I went as her guest to Washington, D.C. And I was kind of the skeptic husband. I was a gold, by the way.
He was so
I was like a
fixed.
skeptic. I was still skeptical. I was sharing this with people, and I'm like, I don't know, I don't know these people. And then we met Rob and Jessica.
You remember how ticked you were about your lanyard? Because it said guest and not his rank.
I know, I am competitive. I'm secretly competitive. So like if it says guest and I see all these people, I mean, it's like, okay, it's on. Now, I met Rob and Jessica, and one of the things that that first Leaders Retreat in Washington, D.C. did for me was it built belief.
Mm-hmm.
As I started to talk to people, I started to see, hey, I can do this. I can do this too. And Rob, especially Rob, really poured into me. He bought me dessert one night too. But he really poured into me and spent time with me during that Leaders Retreat. And just what it did for me is it built belief. So if you are in this business and you're working this business, you need to get to these events. These events, quite honestly, for me, starting out as a skeptic, I built belief from event to event, from rank up to rank up, and from event to event. And Leaders Retreat is absolutely my favorite event. It's just so exciting. And the thing is, each one of you can earn it.
Mm-hmm.
There's like, whether you've been in for 8 years or whether you've been in for 8 days, each one of you on this call has the ability to earn it. So,
we interviewed people that were more successful than us at that specific retreat. I remember us talking to people, and hands down, everybody's number one tip was don't quit.
It was
wasn't that it?
We harassed every diamond we could find. She was senior gold, I was gold. We harassed every diamond we could find. Okay, what's the secret? They had the same top 2 answers. One is go silver every month,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
and 2 is don't quit. Every one of them had the same answer. They must have just got out of the same class. But it was excellent advice, and you should take that advice. I have to run. See ya.
Okay, really fast. I just wanted to share the Post-it note system that basically came to our team started with a girl on my team, Wendy Lawson. She has been with me since the beginning, and she is the OG Leaders Retreat earner on my team. I didn't even know I was going to be able to earn it that first year, and she had no idea she would be able to, but we got close to the end of the contest, and she's like, oh, I think I could earn this. And so she came up with this little system that we now call the Post-it note system. And so if you're visual like me, take her little system and go to Walmart, get you some Post-it notes. And you're going to put 6 Post-it notes somewhere visual on your computer, on your wall, somewhere, and you're going to visibly look at those Post-it notes. You can even use different colors because, like Jessica said, add 6 each month, and then you're going to help each of them go silver. So you can put a different color note card underneath, so that visually you can see them and then they're 3, them and then they're 3. And I would just encourage you to have those in front of you. And when you have your goals visible, you're way more likely to hit it. Statistics say that all the time. So get your goals visible. Use this little Post-it note system. If it works for you, let me know. Let Wendy know. And I just wanted to also mention, just like Jessica prayed that prayer and spoke that prayer out over us, to prayerfully pray over those empty Post-it notes, because God knows who you need to impact and who you need to introduce these products to and who you need to introduce the opportunity to. And it is just a huge, huge blessing to have a small part in someone's future success, someone's future life change, transformation. It is just an amazing, amazing part to play. And as we serve and love and pray, I know that the Lord is going to bless the work of our hands, magnify the hours in our day, and give us favor and grace to steward the things that He's entrusted us to. So, Sally, you're next.
Yahoo! Okay, well, y'all are making me so excited with all of these memories of Leaders Retreat, and I just can echo all of those things. Absolutely. My first earned trip ever was Leaders Retreat, and it just was the coolest thing to see. Convention was my first trip, and it was great. But Leaders Retreat, knowing that I had earned a spot to be there, just felt very different. So what exactly are we working for? This is kind of a little bit of the nuts and bolts. We want to make sure you're not just getting on a plane to do all this fun activity, although we know the plane that we get on to do our activity always takes us to greater impact, greater income, and amazingly fun community. But also this destination over the next 4 months of this contest is all of those things plus, right? Like, we wouldn't be on this call if you didn't at least want to go on the cruise. So all of those other things are a given for right now, but we are going to talk about that destination, which is making it onto the boat and beyond. So what are we working for? We're working for a celebrity, I forget the S name, cruise in the Caribbean, Pirates of the Caribbean, if you're really fancy. Stopping by a private island. Yes, the Silhouette. Some of you guys have already looked up like all the videos. Lisa, my girl's like, oh, we've looked up the suites. Y'all, PLEXUS is chartering the entire ship, the whole thing. That means you're not going to have weirdo creepers looking at you in your bathing suit, because we're all going to be PLEXUS friends, right? Like, you don't have to worry about anyone else on that boat. And what I'm most excited about seeing is the fact that the entire thing will be plastered probably in head to toe vinyl with all of the PLEXUS decorations. That's one of my favorite parts of all of the PLEXUS events, is seeing how they just transform every space into PLEXUS Wonderland, right? Fully chartered. That is awesome. 1,250 credits, 1,250 credits gets you on the boat. Okay. The next line item up, because it's the Cruise Plus, it's a Cruise Plus contest, which means there are prizes above just getting on the boat that you definitely want to shoot for, right? So the must-have goal, like Justin was saying, your must-have is 1,250 because you want to be on the boat. But we're going to go for some big, hairy, audacious goals up in there too. And some, man, this would be super nice goals. Another 250 credits. At 1,500 credits, you're going to get $150 in cruise cash. That's going to be able to go toward things that are on the cruise. So that is specifically going to be deposited to account you can use on the ship. Another 500 on top of that, 2,000 credit mark is going to get you $250 in travel cash. That means if you're having to drive to the port or fly to the port, any of those things, that cash is going to help you get there, because while the boat and the actual cruise itself is paid for by PLEXUS, there are some of those little things that you may be incurring costs along the way. And that's the other part of this amazing contest that I love. They always offer cash options so that you can totally recoup the cost of these things. 2,500 gets you a cabin upgrade, which some of you have been checking out those cabin upgrades, and exclusive entertainment. How many of you have ever been on a cruise before? Yes, no, maybe so. I actually haven't been on a cruise since I was like 8 years old, but I have a lot of friends when I sang and danced at Busch Gardens in Tampa, Florida, that would go on these cruises and do these shows. So I know that there's killer entertainment on cruise ships and you will have so much fun. And if it is a special thing that you have earned, you can guarantee that it's going to be something you don't want to miss. So on top of that, just like Justin was saying, it wouldn't be Leaders Retreat without a shopping spree. So wherever it's going to be, I don't know yet, but it's really fun to spend someone else's money, because if you're like me, I don't like to shop all the time and spend my own money, except for maybe on Amazon all the time. But there are just certain things where I'm like, I'm not going to buy it if it's coming out of my bank account. And it's just real nice to not go to the clearance rack and feel like you're having to be like really, really a good steward of that money when you are wanting to shop and buy some fun things. So go for that shopping spree. It is an experience unlike any other, and you will have friends in your life. If you're not a good shopper, find Jody DeBoer. She will show you how it is done, and just follow her around and be like, yes, I'll have what she's having. Give me everything she picked out. Okay, so how are we going to make sure we are at least minimally covered to earn these prizes? We're going to go for a minimum of over 4 months, 3 level 1 signups with welcome pack or 100 USD. Obviously, we're all going to be getting a lot more than that. Hallelujah. Yes. Commission qualified every month. Don't miss that. Make sure your account has 100 PV and that you are commission qualified each and every month of this contest to accrue your credits. And you may want to go ahead and start getting your passport ready, because that is coming soon and you don't want to be last minute with your passport and not get on the boat. Everyone repeat after me. Personal enrollments and duplication. Personal enrollments and duplication. How are we going to earn this cruise? With personal enrollments and duplication, right? We want those referrals, personal enrollments and referrals, because even those of us who have been around here forever are going to be busting it with you, because this is about new personal enrollments and new level 1 duplication of referrals. So it doesn't matter that I have hundreds of people on my team working this contest. What matters is, what is my butt going to do, and how many conversations am I going to get in, and how many people am I going to help have conversations and use their referral link? Because I may not make it on the boat if I don't do those things. It doesn't matter if I'm a diamond or not. And you might earn the shopping spree right over top of me. Okay. That's why this is awesome. Exactly like what Jessica said. I love that they have made the contest this way, because it really shows who is our up and coming leaders. Are you willing to work for it? Then you are going to be the one that is earning it. Not just because we've been here forever. It's because we're doing the things. So new personal enrollments, duplication of referrals in your level 1, ranking up, retention, and rank consistency. So just like Jessica said, add 6, help them refer. Reach your ranks that you've got in front of you and help the people below you go silver and senior silver. And your level 1 and that level 2 is where you are going to be earning those credits. And we've got some great stuff. I'm going to go ahead and pass it over just for time's sake, but we have some amazing little graphics already. And in the help center, all of those numbers are spaced out exactly perfect for you to see with your eyeballs what those credits are for you to goal set and map out specifically based on where you're at currently with your team and how many level ones you have in order to add up your credits for your goals. So I'm going to pass it over to Carissa.
Okay, thank you, thank you. And what is so awesome is that your retention of the people you're signing up is going to count the same as a new personal enrollment. That's honestly never been done before. It's huge. So I am going to, and I also wanted to point this out too. Sally did a really great job breaking down how we earn credits, but I thought that this was really profound. Ranking up and maintaining rank, that is based on the highest rank you have achieved this last quarter since January of 2023. So it's not based on your highest points ever, your highest rank ever. It's based on January, February, March, whatever the highest points or rank you've hit in that time is, that's your benchmark. So if you maintain that rank, you're getting those rank consistency credits. And if you rank up beyond that, you're getting the rank up credits. And that also applies to your level ones and helping them rank up. So that's huge, huge, huge for your credits. Okay, but I just wanted to pass along a few basic how-tos when it comes to really strong retention of your level ones. I know that a lot of us go all out when it comes to recruiting, that first pillar, like finding people to add. But sometimes, and of course, like the number one way to retain people is get them earning a paycheck, which Ryan's going to go into that next. But get them earning a paycheck is your number one way to make sure and retain them. You're not going to be struggling to get them to hit 100 PV when they know they have a paycheck coming. But for the people who are not yet referring and not yet duplicating, there's a whole lot you can do to be retaining those people. So in a contest season, I'm just going to say it, guys, like you be the concierge sponsor. You give them the red carpet service. This is what I call it with my people. So whether I sign them up over the phone or whether they sign up on their own, I reach out and say, and hey, I would like to offer you my red carpet service where I manage your account for you. Isn't that great? Because guys, the number one way we lose people is if we confuse and they're not familiar with our site like we are, and they shop on Amazon, which is super easy. So the confusion of navigating our site is probably the number one way people just go, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just going to turn this order off. And if we're not following up well, we don't even know when that's happening. So my tip is once they get signed up and you plug them into your follow-up plan, which I will show you your follow-up plan, you're also going to say, and I want to offer you my red carpet service where I manage your account for you. And I will check in with you multiple times a month so that we always know when your order is coming, and it's flexible. We can add, we can edit, we can move the order date anytime you want, but I want to take all confusion out of it for you. So I am happy to manage your account for you. And then they're going to give you their username, their password, and a photo of the front and back of their credit card, or they can voice message you the information on their credit card. That way it's something you can easily delete. And then you're going to have this super secret, old-fashioned storage system where you have their 3-digit code, where you have all of that stuff. Okay. And then what I do is on my Google Calendar, which is my life, I put a little appointment at the beginning of the week, like it might say, edit Sally by the 28th or something like that. But that always lets me know when people's subscription date is coming, and I can log into their account and I can make the tweaks that they need. Now, guys, this requires me to be really on top of it. But for my level ones, this is worth it. I have people who have been with me for so long and have not turned their order off because I follow up with them every single month and I say, hey, do we need to tweak your order this week? And if they do say, oh, I'm not quite ready yet, then I take it upon myself to move them out 2 weeks and check in that week, but I don't ever turn it off. I don't ever lose their perks. So if that sounds like something you want to try and do, I recommend it during a contest season because I have a lot of people who I manage their account for them. And for those that I'm working with and helping them learn how to use their account and duplicate, great, they could do that on their own. But for my happy buyers, I give them my red carpet service. I manage their account for them. Okay, so I sent a little link above. If you want to screen share it, you can, Jessica. This is called my level 1 VIP follow-up plan, but I borrowed all this. Oh, good. So this is taken straight from Joanna Slavin's February focus customer care system. Okay, so it's all in a training video for us.
Okay, sorry, Carissa, you said
Okay.
you did send that to me?
Oh, sorry, look in the chat, the group chat, like in our Zoom chat,
Oh, Zoom chat, excuse me, sorry.
like, yeah, like the third comment at the top.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so guys, this is from the February focus series that we recently did. Joanna Slavin gave her customer care system, and she has a specific message or text that she sends to people for their first 2 months. There we go. So I did the work. Scroll down to day after initial order. Do you see that? Scroll, yeah. Okay, so I just did the work of transcribing everything she says to do in that video. And she has a text that you can send the day after they order, a text that you send like 3 days after that. If you have a large team, you can automate this. You can get project broadcast and just have this go out automatically. And then you know your people are being followed up with often. If you don't have a huge team and a need for project broadcast, it helps me so much just to have these pre-written, just to put an appointment in my calendar. And then when it's time to follow up with someone, I just look at what I sent them last and I go send them the next thing. Used to, I would just check in and be like, hey, how's it going? What you noticing on your products? What you loving? This is so much better because this makes sure that I'm touching base on, hey, here's a video to learn about your perks. Hey, here's your referral link. Now's a great time to consider sharing that. Several pre-written touch points where you're giving really good follow-up care. So I am sharing, this link is for share. You can all use it. And like I said, the wording is available in our February focus series, but that is helping me a lot with my retention and follow-up. And I'm kicking it over to Ryan.
Yay. Okay. I'm like over here taking notes about things and like things are popping up in my head that I want to mention. But before we forget, before we get off this call, we are in double dip season. Seriously, right now, we're in this month, but this last tail end of the month, we're getting all of, we have spa stuff, we have convention contest stuff that's going on, and all those convention contest credits for prizes that we can earn are being gathered right now. And then we're also going to get credit for the cruise. So you can double dip on 2 different contests. So that means I highly recommend putting it into hyperdrive right now. And because here's the thing, you're going to get retention credits. So add as many people as you can, earn the next level prize for convention contest. It's going to go towards leaders retreat. So don't miss out on the opportunity, because what's going to happen is the last day of the month, you're going to be like, oh, I should have done that. Like go in overdrive right now. Okay. There's a couple other things I wanted to just mention. PLEXUS has really set us up to give us some pretty phenomenal wins. If you are not familiar with Gold School, you should become familiar with Gold School, because the idea is that we want to get people on board and get them gold. And Gold School is a huge treat. And we have dates. There's dates. We have them. There's also a Rubies on the Rise, which is an even bigger treat. But every single person on my team I have had go to Gold School talks about, oh, there's the dates. She's got the dates up. Every person that has talked about going to one of these events, any of these events, has not stopped talking about the massive impact that it made. It feels special. And so when we're building our teams, the idea is we're going to be hyper-focused, obviously, on personal recruiting. But back in the day, you guys, back in the day when I would personally recruit somebody, did you know that they bought a welcome pack and I did not get points on them? Who's like old school in here? We didn't get points on those people, okay? And it didn't matter who you were going silver. You were going silver. I didn't care who you were. I didn't care. You were going to go silver. And I know what you're thinking is how did you do that? How do you do that? It's really simple. It's really simple language. So I'm going to give it to you right now. It's like, hey, you may or may not be interested in the business, but I know that the people that do Plexus with me, that have 3 buddies that do it with them, are more likely to be successful. So who are your 3 people going to be? Done. Done. There's no pressure. It's just, you're going to have 3 people do this because I care enough about your health. And I also want you to do the products for 90 days because people need to be dealing with their gut health for 90 days to see a difference, right? And I want to make sure that you're not paying for the last 2 months. It's simple. People are only going to pay for one Plexus one time. That's for their welcome pack. Okay. So how are you going to recruit all those people? You're going to focus. First of all, your excitement is contagious. The people on your team that see you get excited about the cruise. You guys, when I look back on my 8-year journey doing this, I remember the $2,000 checks. I remember the shopping sprees. I remember all of the things, but my main focus was looking at my level 1s and saying, what is your goal? And I helped them get there. What is your goal? I want to help you get there. So when we bring people on, if their goal is health, they need those 3 friends. And the thing is, we want their 3 friends to have 3 friends. Go back to basics, the power of 3, get 3, help them get 3, duplicate that down. So don't forget about Gold School. Don't forget about Rubies on the Rise. It's more than just a cruise. And zoom out for a second. So we have the big picture. We have all these little puzzle pieces. Guys, this is not just a cruise. If you earn the cruise, you are going to be a diamond. Zoom out for just a second. If you earn the cruise, you are going to be a diamond. Somebody you recruit is going to take off. This is going to be the thing that they needed to transform and change their life. And the people that are on the cruise are going to be the people who asked the most. Ask. So, let me make sure I went over everything. Back to basics, add value. Don't forget to double dip. Don't forget to double dip. And how we're going to do that, we're just going to add value and take really good care of the people that we encounter. And then everybody's going to want to come do it with us. Okay, I'm going to kick this off over to Sunny Keck.
Hi, I'm really excited, man. You guys have a way of just like making me so excited. And I just get really pumped. But I wanted to show you another way as we're continuing on things that are really great for customer care. Some of you guys are killing it using Pivotal. And some of us, me, have not been using it or utilizing it like I need to be, because I know it's an amazing free resource that we can use to plug people in. Like, what I need you guys to understand is people are paying 20, 30, a whole lot of money per month to get what we're giving for free. And you get perks points for using it consistently. And what our customers want are free products, right? And so they can get free products with those perk points. But I just wanted to share my screen really quickly and show you guys where it is. So if you aren't sure where to go to find it, first you sign into your virtual office, boom. Okay, you sign in and then you're going to experience PLEXUS and you're going to scroll down to PLEXUS Pivotal right there. So your PLEXUS Pivotal, once it pulls up, you're going to see what week you're on, or you're going to see where it says go to dashboard, or you're going to go down here to registration. I'm already registered, so there's no reason for me to register, but I can go to my dashboard. And from this Experience PLEXUS, click Pivotal. You're going to your dashboard. It shows you what week you're on, what the PV looks like. There's great resources, product routines, but you're going to click on your week that you're on, and you can actually scroll down to the bottom. You can see exercises, you can see these recipes. Something that people are loving is this grocery list. I love having a grocery list that I don't have to think about. That's amazing. But you can also, if you registered and you like haven't done anything like me, but I want to go back and look at the previous weeks. You can go back down here at the bottom. You can see that I have 1 through 10 up there. It goes through a 12-week program and then it restarts for people. So if you haven't registered, go on there, register. That way it's in your mind and fresh for you to be able to share with other people, because this is an amazing resource for you and for our people. So I just want to make sure that you guys are utilizing that, because PLEXUS has given us a lot for free to share with our people for free. That's a great way to get people plugged in so they want to have their products, right? Okay, next. I just want to be real with y'all. Okay. I just want to be real. I'm going to turn it on gallery mode so I can see your faces, because this is where it gets real. Okay. Have any of you guys ever you're about to play a card game with your family, and it's a brand new card game you've never played. It's a little bit complicated. Like they pull out the list of rules and it's like really long, and your brother-in-law starts reading off how to play. And he's like, yeah, it's really easy. Yeah, you do this, and then we do this, and then this person does this, and you turn this around, and then someone jumps on their head, and then we win, and we're on a ship. And we all get to go on a ship, and they're like, yeah, it's really easy. We can just do this. And you're sitting there going, I don't, what'd you just say? And then at some point you're like, maybe I just don't want to play the game. Like maybe this sounds really confusing and kind of hard. And maybe you're just a little overwhelmed, and you're like, I'd rather just kind of step out before I have to get in it and realize that this is hard and I don't know how to do it. Okay, so I feel like that anytime someone tries to verbally explain something complicated to me. But then when I get in the game and I start playing the game and just kind of going over the rules, actually playing the game, it makes sense. And it's not so overwhelming when I get in the game. So it's really awesome that we can get really excited about this. We can see the potential. We can know we're going to do it. We have these awesome thoughts in place, but there's going to be a point that your brain is going to say, this is uncomfortable. I think I'm just going to step out. I think I'm just going to back away. This feels a little bit too hard or too complicated. There's too many variables. I can't control what other people do, right? These common thoughts that pop into our brains. And I just want to take a second to make you guys aware of some of the common ones. It's actually called DOTS in my world. So DOTS stands for distraction, opting out, thinking traps, and self-defeating actions. When we go to do hard, uncomfortable things, dots are going to show up. Okay. So we distract ourselves. We know what that looks like. I'm just going to go binge Netflix instead. That sounds way better than sending this message that I'm scared about that makes my heart beat fast, right? Opting out, we know what that looks like too. Avoiding team calls, avoiding our team pages because we don't want to see what we're not doing, right? Opting out of accountability or the team thread that we know we need to be in. Thinking traps, we know what these are. I spit some of those out as I was talking about it, like, this is too hard, this is too overwhelming, I can't control this. Like, these are common thinking traps that our brain is just back here going blah, 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 blah. Like, I've had people describe it as like a flock of birds, like over our heads. I want you to think about this, like squawking crows talking to you in the back of your head as you're trying to change people's lives. It's like, I don't know enough, or whatever the common messages are for you. Those are thinking traps that we get caught in. And if you're aware of them, you can hear similar themes that you've been telling yourself all throughout your life. Those common thinking traps come back and come back and come back and come back, but we have power over those. And the power is in awareness. Okay, so distraction, opting out, thinking traps, and self-defeating actions. Those self-defeating actions are things that we know that we need to do, but we somehow do the exact opposite. Why do we do that? We know what we need to do and then we don't do it. What is that? Self-defeating behaviors. We procrastinate. We hit the snooze button when we promised ourselves we were going to get up 30 minutes earlier. When we say yes to the easy things instead of doing the things we know we need to do. Those are self-defeating actions. We've committed ourselves to doing something big, and then we find ourselves with these dots all in front of us. But I just want you guys to know that these are normal. And the best thing that we can do is be aware that they're there. because that awareness allows us the choice to go, you know what? I've made the decision. Thank you, brain, for trying to protect me from pain and discomfort. Thank you, brain, for trying to protect me, but I know the direction that I'm going. And if I opt out of doing this thing I know that I need to do, it's not going to get me the direction that I want to go. And me a year from now is going to be really upset that I binged Love is Blind instead of doing the work I know I needed to do, right? Okay, so whatever your dots are, just be aware of them so that we can move forward confidently and get on this ship and change so many lives. You guys are going to be so proud of yourself when you look back and you see your personal growth from being aware of what's going on and bringing yourself back to it. So I think that's about all that I have to say. Be aware of your dots, know that this is possible, and you guys have people cheering you on. If you get caught and you're like, I don't know what to do with this, there are a million people out there ready to help you with verbiage, ready to help you move past this thought you've got going on. I'm excited to see who's on that ship, and I'm excited, but you know what? I also am going to be honest with you. I have my own anxieties. I have my own thoughts about how much work it's going to take for me to get on this boat. So I don't want you to think that I'm sitting happy at this diamond level, like this is going to be easy, because no, I have my own dots. I have my own thoughts and feelings, and we're going to do this all together. Okay. All right. Turning it back to Jess.
Thank you, Sunny. So important to be, let me fix the spotlight, to be aware of what our thoughts and what they are creating for us. One thing I wanted to tell you guys, all of us diamonds, a lot of us didn't know each other before this started. So you guys maybe think, oh, that's so amazing. They're all such good friends. They're such good collaborators. Let me tell you, one of the things that bonded all of us together the most was Leaders Retreat. Was time together on PLEXUS trips, time spent together on trips that PLEXUS paid for. But that quality, I mean, a lot of them didn't know. I didn't know Sally and Megan Goff at all. Like they're level 2s of mine. I would have never known them if it wasn't because of PLEXUS. And so when we are talking about this cruise, yeah, the cruise is amazing, but what happens on these things? What happens when you allow yourself to go for this? What happens when you feel like, okay, this is terrifying. What if this doesn't work? You pause. You acknowledge that you're feeling scared or that you're feeling fill in the blank. You feel that feeling. And then you move forward. You choose to move forward. That's one of my biggest advices to get to Diamond. Let's go ahead and put that in for getting to Leaders Retreat, is that those people are just more willing to feel uncomfortable feelings. They were able to acknowledge that this feels uncomfortable, and yet they decided to move forward instead. So we are close because of PLEXUS trips. Talking about excitement, we maxed out this call, everybody. I have been getting texts, messages in the DMs. They're like, I can't get in, I can't get in, I can't get in. That's because we maxed it out. So that's incredibly exciting. That means as soon as we're finished, I am going to get that uploaded as fast as I possibly can. And so I will get the recorded link on the team page. Shoot that out to your threads. Have the one-on-one conversations with the people on your team to inspire them and earn this trip together. Don't just post this on your team page once. There's the Leaders Retreat. Anybody who wants to go. I can tell you a funny story. I actually joined, the month that I joined PLEXUS was the month that the Leaders Retreat contest started. My sponsor, Tamara Holloway, she's amazing, but she had never gone to a Leaders Retreat yet either. She was still fairly about a year in. And so she like made one post. This is like this rare story, but there's people on your team who are going to do this. And she made one post and I was like scrolling. I was like, Leaders Retreat, what's that? And so I kind of looked through it. And I messaged her and I said, okay, what's this Leaders Retreat thing? Like, since I'm new, I probably wouldn't be able to earn it, right? And she goes, yeah, since you're new, probably not. And so that night I stewed in bed and I was like, she doesn't think I could earn this because I'm new. And I started calculating, thinking, contemplating, and I decided that night I didn't care if I was new. I was going to earn that trip. So literally I joined after the contest started, and I not only earned Leaders Retreat, but I earned every single prize except for that top prize. So I earned a big check, I earned some extra cash, a special reception. And so it doesn't matter what your upline says, what your downline says, nothing else matters. All that matters is the power that you have to choose, the power that you have to decide. In that first year, I was by myself. That second year that the Goffs talk about in Washington, D.C., I feel like we had like 30 to 50 people from our team alone at that Leaders Retreat. So I went by myself, and the next year we had 30 to 50 people, and by golly, I was 36, 37 weeks pregnant with Randy, but I earned the shopping spree, so I went anyways. I don't advise that for everybody, but that was my situation. I knew I had a healthy pregnancy. But anyways, I just wanted to tell you that funny story. And also know, like, you never know if or when PLEXUS might just double credits. But they also might just surprisingly double credits after a month is over. So if you're thinking, oh, well, if they're going to double credits, let me wait until I know they're going to double. What if they're like, hey, everybody, everything last month was double credits? Okay, you just never know. And so there's just so many scenarios that when you decide, when you're I believe when you're prayerfully partnering with the Lord on who needs this blessing, I was praying for a way to make money from home. I don't know if you guys all know my story, but so it was literally an answer to prayer. So when we get all wonky and when we're about to message someone and we're like, I don't know, what are they going to think about me? What if instead you thought this could be the answer that they had been praying for? Because we were in a lot of debt. And my husband worked in an industry where he had to travel out of town 2 and 3 weeks of every month. So I was a single mom at home. It wasn't a life that I dreamed of. It wasn't what I thought. It wasn't what I had expected. And I was praying and searching for a way to make money from home. And I saw Tamara's posts on social media. I saw that she did it differently. I saw that she genuinely cared. I knew her from a church event. She wasn't a weirdo. I trusted her. She went first, just as you are going first, just as you are paving the way to completely change the lives of others, because you're choosing to go first. So I'm really proud of you. I have a couple of scenarios I can show you real quick, but we're not going to spend a lot of time on this because everybody's scenario is individual. And I don't want you to get bogged down. I don't want you to spend 5 hours trying to map out how you're going to earn it. I want you to spend 5 hours going and recruiting and helping new people go silver. Okay. You do those activities. Chris, I need to pop on and say something. You got real excited. Okay. You doing those activities, repeat, you rising up new goals, repeat. You doing the customer care system Carissa shared, repeat. That's going to get you on the cruise. So let me show you a couple things real quick and we'll shut us out. And I'm going to post all of these with the recording because they may be harder to see. And again, there's a couple of different scenarios. And again, everything is different. This is a scenario that adds 3 personal recruiters every month. I and all of the other diamonds are really challenging you to at least do 6 personals every month. Like, this is more luxurious and a bigger deal than an iPad. Okay, so I want you to take that on and take the urgency of this on, not an urgency as like a stress, I have to do this, desperation, but like, the earlier I get going, the more of the people I'm going to get to be able to jump on board this with me. And so here's a couple of scenarios of adding level 1s, level 2s, retention. I've got a couple other mapped out, but I'm going to post these on the team page and kind of let you guys play with these numbers. Excuse me. Yeah, because you can't really see these two. I'll post them up there for you. But the big thing is what? Put it in the comments. That's right. Just start playing the game, like Sunny said. Start focusing on the things that you can control. Start rising other people up. Can we just say how grateful I am for the collaboration of all these other diamonds tonight? Can we just say thank you? I was texting them saying, every one of you brought it, and you brought it in a different zone of genius, and each one of these pieces were needed to be put together in order for us to fill this cruise ship, because it is only Plexus on this cruise ship. There ain't going to be strangers. Like, what's going to happen? Because they ain't going to know they ain't no party like a Plexus party, and we're going to have a Plexus party, and you are going to be on there, and we cannot wait to have you. I'm going to let us go, because if you told your husband you're on a call for an hour, you get an extra 6 minutes to go get to it. So if you have any questions, get with your sponsors, send this recording out to everyone. Focus on your 6. Guess what? You have a week left in April. I'm going to go ahead and challenge you to add 6 this month. Okay, let's get it rolling. Know that your thoughts create everything. So if you find yourself in an unmotivated state, not really doing it, I need you to then become aware of what thoughts are you thinking about this. What if you started your morning with, I am a person of purpose who lives on purpose? That was simple statement. That goes from like dreading, oh my goodness, I don't know what to do, I don't want to do anything, to I am a person of purpose who lives on purpose. And when you think and you believe that, you live your life with intention. If you're a person of purpose who lives on purpose, you purposely are going to help other people get started. You purposely are going to introduce them to the blessing of Plexus that's going to change their life forever. We're going to have so many people on this ship. Okay, so excited. Good night. Blessings to you. I'll get this recording up as soon as possible. Did I miss anything, ladies, leaders? Good to go? Let's go.